construction site. Somewhere right about here.
Turn left on Eglinton Avenue West.
time is running out. I just need to sign my well, not sign, it's already signed, but I just need to that's my PTO, and the guy said I wasn't in the way, so I'm gonna stay like that. Just maybe make a little bit of room. The guy would be stay like this because it's already 10:24 in the morning, but the guy signed all my paperwork before when the machine was still on. I just need to send it ASAP to my factoring company, so hopefully they'll pay me today, otherwise I'll have to wait till tomorrow. And then that's another challenge of a heavy haul trucker, right? So this is a park and they're building this light transit station over there somewhere, so it's like the, I think it's second or third station, like coming from the west. Basically they're gonna be like a line, like a new transport kind of like hub, right? Going, instead of taking a subway, you will be able to take this light trail, high speed thing, and there's like stations and you'll be able to park, you know. And this is Eglinton station, I think it's number 3, station number 3, and it's going east all the way to Scarborough, which is the east suburb of Toronto. And over here it's in this park, right? There's some kind of a stadium over there, you know. There's no, I cannot even make that turn. I don't even have to walk in there, I can see. But basically they said this thing goes, this goes to this York Recreation Center, and he says there's a 90-degree turn at the end, and basically there's a railroad over there, and so there's no way to get out of here except to back. But lucky for me, when I came in, you probably saw those guys stopping traffic, and that's what they said, you know, when I'm ready, just the easiest way, just go back. And that's why I lifted my suspension as high as possible in the back. But I drained the air from the last axle so it doesn't drag, because I'll have to back in there and turn. Actually, oh, it won't be difficult. And turn to my left side, to my driver's side, not blind side, right? Turn left onto Eglinton. So on Eglinton, kind of like as if I'm going Eglinton East, but I have to go Eglinton West. Basically my Cambridge yard is somewhere like there, right? So I have to go eventually that way. And so we're gonna put that camera, when I'm back, I'm gonna put it in here to see how many crazy people will be upset. But you know, it's a construction zone. There's 2 guys in there with flags in nice, cool, unearthly looking yellow suits, but they don't wear any mask, no gas mask. But they still look kind of like strange, right? So many people pay attention, and when these guys come out, oh, and they have the stop and slow sign, and they just stop all traffic, and it's like a walk in the park. Stay tuned. All right, the paperwork is signed, sent to the company, and they said they'll try to put it through today. And then I got an email from a guy. Remember that big red forestry machine I brought from Quebec? Yeah, the one that had to sit at the border, that was going to Mike in Michigan. So that guy just contacted me, and he says he has some small loaders. They're like forestry loaders. So he bought something probably at an auction in Ontario, and he wants them to go to his place in Quebec, which is like pretty far north. And they're 17 feet long and weigh 30,000 pounds. And he says, can you take 2 at a time? And I'm like, you know, normally they don't allow this, but I think Ontario allows this. Multiple, as long as it's not too crazy heavy. But I was not sure about Quebec, so I called the permit company in Quebec that I worked with before, and they said nope, can only have 2, because I said my weight will be about 120,000 pounds. and of course that's you'll need a permit for that, and they will never give you a permit if you can reduce your weight. And so I emailed this guy, I said no. And then there was well, I'm still sitting here. I thought, you know, maybe there's something in Toronto so I don't have to go home to Cambridge and then drive back on Monday. Maybe there's something I can pick up. So I checked my load board quickly, and there was a couple of interesting loads, but one is a big articulating truck. I know you guys love those. It's coming from, like, it's a good, you know, SHD heavy short distance load, my favorite, and it's 74,000 pounds, but it's 12.6 tall, 12 feet 6 inches, right? And I called the guy, I said, so what are you paying? He says, oh, 4,000. I said, does that include permits? Because there'll be escorts and pole cars, and it's only going to Ohio, but you'll need to cross the bridge from US into Canada. And first of all, you'll need an escort in Canada, because my permit only covers me up to 14 feet tall, even my enhanced permit, and then you need to cross the bridge, get approval for the bridge, get permits for New York and Pennsylvania and Ohio. It's gonna take a week, you know, and this guy says 4,000 bucks including permits. I said, yeah, that's too low, you know, too low terrain. And what else was there? There was another, well, there's one load going, it's been sitting on the load board for like 2 weeks now because they're too cheap. There's a machine going to Connecticut, and I emailed them a few times. I said, I can move this is the rate. No reply. And oh, and then there's a lady from Landstar I've been talking to a few times. She has a load in Virginia, some kind of a transformer going back to Ontario, and it's being postponed all the time because, you know, it pays okay, so I can go down there empty and bring it back, but it's been postponed already twice. And now she called me this morning, she says, yeah, it's postponed till first week of August. I said, okay, thanks for the update, you know. And that one also is a bit scary because that one is, I know it's over 12 feet tall, so I know I'll be over 14, so I might need to renegotiate the rate with her, but so far it's too far, you know, out in the future. So for now I'll just go empty back to Cambridge, have some fun. Maybe I'll find some racing track, you know, somewhere, you know. I didn't look into that yet, but it's, you know, it's already June and I still haven't done anything with my car, so let's go. something. But I cannot believe that there was a lady in the car. You probably saw it, I don't know, but the lady was actually clapping, saying that I did a good job. Wow. But yeah, basically the issues are when you have a load like that, the issues are that because this way, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. So yeah, the issues are, I was turning left, right? I was turning left into the driver's side, which is the easiest way to do as opposed to the blind side backing. But then, first of all, you have to brake the trailer as hard as possible, right? And you have to leave yourself room on this side because you have to chase the trailer, right? You have to turn the wheels following the trailer, and that's what happens sometimes, you know, when you're a new driver, you don't leave yourself room in here and you can hit something. And that's why I was training my neck. I was watching those cones, and actually one of the guys watching the other side was a Russian guy. He shouted in Russian, "Давай, давай, Serega! Let's go, Sergey!" And then of course the other issue is that, so first you might not have enough room for the truck when you try to chase the trailer, because if you don't chase the trailer starts going too sharply, you know, to the left, to my left. Whereas yeah, I wanted to go to the left, but then it starts basically, you know, creating a huge angle and going into the ditch, you know, in the opposite side. And that's why I have to chase the trailer, right? And then of course I have to watch my tires. I look in my mirror where the tires of my truck are. I was about to hit the center barrier, you know, because I'm trying to chase the nose to go this way, right? But the rear is about to hit the concrete divider. So basically your head in a situation like this had to be on a, you know, swivel 360 degrees, watch you on the front, watch your tires, watch the trailer. So basically this would not be impossible without the heroic work of Ontario construction workers. Thank you guys. Oh boy, that was quite an adventure, but I needed that adrenaline, you know. So anyway, yeah, so I didn't book any loads, right? So now I'm just heading back up I came this way, right? I came this what is called Black, I keep forgetting this name, some kind of a drive, but basically it's a nice, almost a freeway already, that like a shortcut from Eglinton Avenue in Toronto, and it goes northwest towards Highway 401. So I'll just show you till I reach 401. And there's only a couple of lights in here, but you see it's a divided highway, 4 lanes. And actually on the way in there was quite a lot of traffic, so I took like a nice detour. I really like that toll 407, you know, even though it's expensive, but you know, it's really not a luxury when you're driving a truck. And so I went like kind of like, instead of going like this, I went a little bit around and then down on this Highway 400. And oh, and you saw it on the cam, right? I showed before. So it was 407 to 400, and then 400, just you keep going straight and it becomes this black, what is this called? Black Creek Drive. Yeah, Black Creek Drive. Okay. And so now we're gonna reach 401, but now it's 11:25. Oh, by the way, that was my fuel mileage with this thing, 42 liters, 42.7 with a gross weight of 105,000 pounds, 60 plus 45. I could have been lighter. I could have left the one axle at home, but you know, it's always a hassle finding these forklift guys. And so I just went like this, and now I'm driving with all 4 axles down because there was no time. I didn't want to crawl under the truck. under the trailer, lifting chaining up those tires. You see, this is Lawrence. This is the next street that goes parallel to Eglinton, and Eglinton goes west to east, and the next one is Lawrence, and the next one after that is 401. So that's it. After this there's no more lights. So the next light will be at the exit ramp in Cambridge. And I'm running on super cheap fuel, and actually the truck seems to be running okay. That's the fuel I filled up both tanks in somewhere near Franklin Park in Illinois at 2.52 US a gallon. I still cannot believe I was able to get that, but it took a while to fill up because the tanks, the hoses were tiny, right? All right, so now we're just looking for the ramp, and we need 401 west. Head on a swivel, and it's being Friday. I feel very good. The load is delivered. I should get the money today. I know the girl I work with, she's pretty good, and the broker said everything was submitted on their end. So it was a good broker. It was a good broker. The money was not bad. Yeah, and so the only downside was this 72-hour waiting time, right? So I did not like that. Like normally most brokers, they start that export clock. You have to have 72 hours notice submitted electronically to US Customs, and then you can cross the border only after the 72 hours is up. And so usually people do it before, like basically when they start looking for a truck, they do this, because you know what's the point for the truck? Then you pick up and then you sit there for 3 days. But this is one of those rare cases where they did not do this, and so I had to sit there, right? I picked up Monday. I was only able to cross on the air horn works. We good. Cross on Thursday. And this is it, boys and girls. This is our National Freeway 401, which connects Windsor, Ontario, near Detroit, and goes east all the way to Montreal. But when you cross Quebec line, it becomes Auto Route 20. And I'm heading west towards the airport, Pearson International Airport, and then past the airport, and my yard is 50 miles away. And then you see the sign over there, it says 401 west, very slow to 427 south. So basically we can relax and drive slow, because there's no point in burning fuel when you're gonna stop in a second, right? Anyway, this is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, boys and girls. Be good.